Hello, and welcome to the Academic Information Session portion of the Transfer Registration and Orientation Day program. We are excited you have decided to continue your academic journey at Illinois State University and want to congratulate you on your admission to ISU. This session is designed to provide a broad overview of academics at ISU. During the appointment you will have with your academic advisor, you will review specific academic requirements for you, but this session will cover the basics. There will be a lot of repetition of information from this session and what your advisor will cover. That is by design. The more you hear these things, the more likely you are to remember them. I encourage you to take notes during the session and think of questions you want to ask your advisor during your meeting with them. So let's get started. We will begin with advising. Here at ISU, we have professional academic advisors who work with our undergraduate students to help educate them about the requirements they have to complete their degrees. I have worked with transfer students who only met with an advisor at their previous school once, the initial enrollment appointment, and then self-advised during their time there. That will not fly at ISU. You should plan to meet with your academic advisor at least once a semester to ensure you are staying on track and have up-to-date information about your academic program. We also want to get to know you, your goals for your time at ISU, and your strengths and weaknesses, also that we can be better advisors for you. In a little bit, we will walk through the resources available to you so you can start working on becoming an expert on your graduation requirements. But first, there are many types of advisors you might work with at ISU, so let's cover those. The first group of advisors we'll talk about are our department and school advisors. If you are declared in a major you want and have over 24 hours of college credit, you will be advised by someone in your department or school. This is the advisor you will have from now until graduation. They are experts on your major requirements and will help you stay on track for a timely graduation. They can also provide some career advising and help you get connected to your field, or recommend courses that will make you more marketable for your profession. The other type of advisor you might meet with is someone in university college. They meet with any undeclared student, any student declared in a major who wants to change majors, or any student with under 24 hours of credit. You may know what major you want to pursue, but were admitted undeclared as you did not meet the admission requirements for the program. If that is you, an advisor in university college will help you identify courses for that major that are available to undeclared students and talk you through the process of applying to that major once classes start. If you are undecided about a major, advisors in university college can help you narrow down your choices and pick a major you want to pursue. If you are declared in the major you want, but don't quite have 24 earned hours yet, a university college advisor will help you with selecting appropriate introductory courses in the major, as well as general education courses. There are many other types of advisors you might work with at ISU. Athletics advisors work with student athletes, while honors advisors work with students in the honors program. Trio advisors work with students in the trio program, and pre-health advisors work with students who plan to pursue medical school or other health programs after graduation. There are many staff members on campus who will work to ensure you are completing your degree in a timely manner. You should be using them throughout your time at ISU. Let's move on to general education. There are three main ways to fulfill your general education requirements. 1, earning an Associates of Arts degree. 2, completing the Illinois Articulation Initiative, or IAI, general education curriculum. Or 3, completing Illinois State University's general education program. Very few transfer students are eligible to complete ISU's general education program as it is designed for new freshmen. So that leaves the first two options. If you have earned an AA degree, that will satisfy your general education requirements. Please note, an Associates of Science or Applied Associates degrees do not automatically satisfy general education. If you completed one of these degrees, your advisor will help you determine if there are any general education requirements left for you to complete. If you did not complete an AA degree or are transferring from a four-year college or university, you will need to complete the Illinois Articulation Initiative, or IAI, program. IAI is a statewide transfer program created by the Illinois Board of Higher Education to ensure credit from community colleges will transfer to public four-year schools in Illinois. You can see from the middle column, there are several categories of IAI that you must complete. Talk with your advisor about the courses you have taken already and whether they might satisfy those requirements. Most courses from community colleges in Illinois have been predetermined to either meet these categories or not, but not every course from a four-year college or university has been evaluated for this program. If you are transferring from out of state or a four-year college, review your transcripts and ask your advisor if courses you have taken might meet these requirements. It is always important to follow the general education program your advisor tells you to follow. IAI courses do not always satisfy ISU's general education program and vice versa, even though the categories may be similar. You may have friends or classmates who are following a different general education program than you, so be careful about listening to their advice on which classes to take when registration rolls around. Along with completing general education, there are many other requirements all students must complete in order to graduate from ISU. You do need to be declared in a major. Students cannot graduate from ISU as an undeclared student. So if you are currently not in a major, you should work with your academic advisor to identify the major you want and apply as soon as you can. All students at ISU will earn a baccalaureate degree. There are several different types of degrees you can earn. The Bachelor of Science degree requires an additional science, math, or technology course. The Bachelor of Art degree requires completion of a foreign language through the third semester. Other degrees may have specific requirements as well, such as the BSN for nursing students, the BSW for social work majors, and the Bachelor of Fine Art. Speak with your advisor about which degree is right for you and what requirements you have to meet specific to that degree. All students must earn a minimum of 120 hours to graduate. Your advisor can tell you how many hours you have been awarded from your transfer credit. Your advisor will likely talk to you about different types of requirements you then have left, such as major hours, general education hours, senior college hours, and so on. If adding up all of the required hours you have left, you are still short of the minimum 120 hours you need to graduate, that means you have space for university-wide electives, which could be any credit-bearing course you want to take. All students that must maintain a 2.0 GPA to be considered in good academic standing. As a transfer student, your GPA will start over fresh at ISU, and the grades you earn in your first semester here will establish your ISU GPA. For some students, this is a chance to learn from past mistakes and start over with a strong GPA. For other students, it's an opportunity to continue the strong start you achieved elsewhere. Doing well in your first semester at ISU is going to be crucial, especially if you are undeclared or may want to change majors. Your ISU GPA will likely determine whether you can gain admission to the major you want here. If you do poorly and your GPA drops below 2.0, you will have one semester of academic probation. Failure to raise your GPA above 2.0 or dropping below 2.0 again sometime in the future will result in your academic dismissal from ISU. All students must complete 42 hours of senior college credit, which are 200 level courses and above at ISU. No coursework from a community college is considered senior college, but if you took coursework at a four-year college or university, you may have completed some of these hours already. Many of the hours in your major will be 200 or 300 level, but depending on your program, you may have the opportunity to complete senior college electives, which means any 200 or 300 level class you can and want to take. Students must also complete an AMALI course, which stands for Asia, Middle East, Africa, Latin America, Indigenous Peoples. This is commonly referred to as our Global Studies course and is intended to provide students the opportunity to learn about people and places outside of the US. The AMALI requirement can be completed as part of a major plan or in IAI, but it doesn't need to be. Finally, students must meet the residence requirement, which states that 30 of your last 60 hours must be completed at ISU. Due to this requirement, the most hours a student can transfer to ISU is 90 hours, with a maximum of 70 hours from a community college. During your meeting with your academic advisor, you will have the chance to register for courses, but this may be the only time you register with an advisor at ISU. As we talked about earlier, academic advising is an important part of your academic journey at ISU, and we expect you to meet with your assigned advisor well before registration. Be prepared and plan ahead. Every student will have an assigned registration date and time, which are typically set by credit hours. Seniors register first, then juniors, then sophomores, and finally freshmen. Do not wait until the week before your registration date to meet your assigned advisor, as they will likely be very busy and you may not get in to see them. We have 3 terms during which you can take classes. The spring semester registration period typically begins in October. Summer registration usually occurs in February, and fall registration usually occurs in March. Unlike some institutions, ISU has very strict dates regulating when you can add and drop classes, as well as the last day to withdraw from them. So make sure you pay attention to these dates every semester. The academic calendar on the registrar's website is something you should keep saved and refer to throughout the semester. So let's go over some tips for transfer students to start off well in their first semester at ISU and beyond. As I said before, your GPA will start over in your first semester at ISU, so it is vital that you attend your classes regularly, especially early on in the semester. Remember, the deadline to drop a class is close to the start of the semester, so if you find yourself really struggling, reach out to your academic advisor to discuss your options. It is common for transfer students to feel confident in their approach to the rigors of college, and sometimes they wait too long to seek help they need. Don't be that transfer student. There are plenty of resources, from counseling and student counseling services to tutoring and academic workshops in the Advisor Center, that can help you be successful. You're paying for those services with your tuition and fees. Use them. ISU policies and procedures can be different from your previous institution. Drop and withdraw dates are one way, but there might be others. Make sure you read through the academic policy portion of the catalog to ensure you know what we expect from you. Academic expectations can be different as well. Transfer shock is a real thing students can experience. You may be accustomed to how your current institution may teach math or English, but our faculty may have a completely different approach that can take getting used to. Some students may find our curriculum more challenging than their previous institutions, which can be frustrating. Talk to your instructors early if you are experiencing those kinds of challenges. Our career services has a lot of resources for students looking for internships or jobs. Utilize them. Transfer students, particularly juniors or seniors, often tell me they do not realize how early they need to look for internships for future semesters. Some organizations may hire 6 months to a year in advance, so don't put off that important search for future you to worry about. Transfer students often struggle with getting involved on campus. You are transitioning to a new environment, likely have to work or commute to campus. It can be difficult. Festival ISU is a big event held on the quad the second week of every fall semester, where campus organizations promote themselves. It is a great way to learn how to get involved. You can also use the Redbird Life student activity portal to stay on top of campus events and activities. With all that in mind, make sure that you are managing your time well. It can be difficult to find the right balance of work, study, and social activities. Don't be hard on yourself if you struggle with it early on. There are workshops and resources available to help you find ways to organize your life and stay on track with everything. Although 2.0 is the GPA you need to stay in good academic standing at ISU, some majors require a higher GPA to progress and continue taking courses. Ask your advisor if any such requirement exists for the program you wish to pursue. Likewise, some majors may only offer a specific course once a year, and if you miss it, you may delay your graduation timeline. Make sure you are asking if any of those exist in your plan of study. It can be difficult for students to know where to get answers for questions they may have. Consider your advisor your first contact for any problem or concern you run into. If you have a question about something but do not know where to go, ask your advisor. If they don't know the answer, they will probably know who does. Now, let's cover some additional policies and resources. If you are currently undeclared, or if you are ever in a major and wish to change to another, you must apply through your myillinoisstate.edu portal. Most majors accept applications during February and September, but not all do. Some majors have unique deadlines as well, so make sure you are working closely with your advisor to determine the best time to apply to the major you want. All students must be admitted to a major once they have 75 hours of credit. This is known as our 75-hour policy. If you are undeclared, as you approach the 75-hour mark, you should be working closely with your advisor to get admitted to a major. If you have not completed a general education math course, or if your major requires a specific math class you have not taken, you may need to take the ALEX Math Placement Assessment. This assessment will help your advisor determine which math class is most appropriate for you to begin with. The assessment is online and self-proctored, but don't cheat. You will only hurt yourself in the long run if you do by potentially placing into a math course you may not be prepared to take. FERPA stands for Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. It is a federal law that protects the privacy of your student records, so only you can access them. Advisors, instructors, and staff are happy to answer general questions your family or others may have, but please make sure they know we cannot share specific academic information about you. This law can help you take ownership over your education. Talk with your family about how you are doing in school, and if they have questions, you can ask them and relay the information back to them. The catalog is entirely online. Make sure you bookmark it so you can access it whenever you need. The catalog has your degree requirements, academic policies, and much more. The student code of conduct is also online and something you should look through before attending your first day of class. Students can take some classes as pass no pass, but not all of them. You cannot take courses pass no pass if they are required for your major, for instance. This policy is designed to encourage students who have elective space to take courses outside of their comfort zone without the worry of a grade affecting their GPA. Students must earn a C in the class to earn a pass grade, so keep that in mind as you consider utilizing this policy. This will hopefully never happen to you, but if you fail a course or earn a D when your major requires a C or better, you may want to repeat the course at ISU in order to raise your GPA. Whatever grade you earn in the repeat will replace the original grade in your GPA calculation. Both grades do remain on your transcript though, and if you earn an F in a repeat of a course you had earned a D in, you will actually lose the credit you had earned. Talk with your advisor about whether repeating the course is in your best interest. Finally, there are other ways you may have credit. Many transfer students forget to have their AP scores from high school sent to ISU. If you earned AP credit, make sure you have official scores sent to our registrar. CAP credit is awarded for students who have foreign language proficiency and can start at a higher level than our basic first semester course. If you are proficient in a language, talk to your advisor about it. Some departments offer proficiency exams, so if you are confident in your ability to pass one, look through the list and register for an exam before the posted deadlines. We will end with some technology tips for new students. Make sure you are checking your ISU email frequently, and please don't use it to sign up for various personal accounts, so it is kept free from spam mail. ISU students have access to Office 365 products with cloud storage, which is a great resource to use. ReggieNet is our online learning space where most online classes are conducted and many traditional on-campus courses utilize for resources. All students have access to a tutorial that walks you through how to use ReggieNet. Please utilize this before the first day of class so you don't miss important things. All students must bring a personal computer that meets the university's published minimum hardware and software standards, so make sure you have access to one. TechZone can help you service your computer as well. Lastly, one common issue new transfer students deal with is adjusting to the various technology resources utilized at ISU. So take advantage of the technology quick start tutorials available to help you learn how to navigate them. You don't want to miss points in a class because you didn't know how to use a technology resource that they utilize. We hope this presentation has provided you with some valuable knowledge you will use to be successful in your first year at ISU and beyond. Go you Redbirds.